Hey Charlotte.
Hey Hedy, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? How was Burns night?
It was really nice. I made the burn supper, the haggis, neeps and tatties, and my mum said that it was the best burn supper she's ever had.
Oh, that's so nice.
I mean, she is my mum, so she's obligated to say that. She's not really an objective critic, but I will take it.
Fair enough. And what about this weekend? What do you have planned this weekend?
I'm just seeing a couple of different friends on Saturday and Sunday, so that should be nice, but quite chill. What about you?
Well, tomorrow I actually have a cheerleading competition, but it's the other side of London.
Oh.
So it's probably, and there are tube strikes, which is great. So it's probably gonna take me like an hour and a half to get there.
Yeah, that's
2 hours probably with the strikes.
That's a bit irritating. And yeah, so you because of course you're a London girl.
Yeah.
And you're from London, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Wow.
So
have you always lived in London? I know you lived in Korea for a bit, but apart from that.
So yeah, so my whole life it's always been Northeast London. So it's like all I know, everything I've grown up with. And then I feel like it's kind of weird because when I did move out of London, I moved to like another big city because I was in Seoul. So I feel like my whole life it's just city. So, but what about you? Because are you like quite rural town or are you small city? Like,
So
whereabouts are you?
Where I live now, I live in the north of England, in quite like it's a small city, and it's not a very affluent city. I would say it's quite impoverished in parts. So the vibe is very different from somewhere like some other northern cities like Newcastle.
Yeah.
But it's kind of very close to lots of beautiful natural scenery, and it's very nice.
Ooh. Fresh air, something we don't really get in London.
No.
So.
And I didn't grow up here. I grew up across the border in the south of Scotland in an even smaller town.
Wow.
So
you've been everywhere, Charlotte. So wait, how many places have you lived in?
Oh, I don't think you should get me to count that on the podcast because we'll be here for a while.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, it was this town called Dumfries, which is about 35,000 people when I lived there. So
wow.
Yeah, definitely on the small side. Very different from London.
Yeah. I was thinking that's probably like the population of my street. So
well, what about your school? Like, how many people went to your school?
Oh my God, I think it's even now it's like expanded because I think in 2005 there was like a baby boom or something. So now there are like even more classes than what there were when I was there. But I think it was like well over like 1,500 minimum. Like
wow.
Now even more. It's probably like 2,000 above now.
I would be surprised if we had like even half that. I think in my secondary school there were about 700 kids all up.
Wow. So that's like year 7, year 8, year 9.
Yeah, all the way
wow.
Up to year 13, but like in yeah, because we didn't have a sixth form college.
Oh, I wasn't even including the sixth form in my counting, so
no, so this is kids from 11 to 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, small town living.
I know. And the consequence of that is there's no opportunities really. So everyone I grew up with, and especially my friend group, if you have any ambition or you kind of have desire to explore and see the world, you leave and people don't really come back. So no one
Sounds a bit like the start of a horror movie. People don't come back.
No, it has like because of that there's an aging population and even fewer opportunities, right? But yeah, everyone goes to university and then maybe they stay in the city that they went to university in. They move to London because that's where the opportunities are. Yeah. So a couple of friends that I went to school with actually live in the city I live in now, and that's like about an hour away from my hometown. And that's quite nice because I haven't really lived near to old school friends like for a really long time. So I'm really enjoying that.
Oh god, that's like my worst nightmare. So
didn't you enjoy like slotting back into like old friendship groups when you came back from Korea?
Kind of, but like I don't know, because even a lot of my friends, they've like moved, like say onwards and upwards. But, so some of them not even like in the same area. They're in so some of them have moved like to different parts of London. I have some friends who like moved to other cities. But yeah, just I think it's a big thing is because London is just so expensive, and I think the ones that like didn't want to live at home have like moved kind of out of London. But yeah, a lot of my friends are still in London, maybe like flatmates, share houses. But yeah, so it's kind of weird. And because even another thing with like London is that because when I growing up, I was doing like different things. So I had friends from school, I had friends from like when I did like dance club, I had like friends from like all different parts, if that makes sense. So I didn't just have like one friendship group. So I had like different friend groups that are in like different places. But yeah, so I think for me, the weirdest part about coming back was just sometimes in my area seeing kids wearing the same school uniform that I used to wear. And oh my gosh, it makes me like shudder seeing the same school tie. Like, ugh, yeah.
You don't have warm, fuzzy feelings about your school days?
Absolutely not. I could not wait to leave. Okay. Sorry, what about you, Charlotte?
Yeah, I don't have warm, fuzzy feelings about my school days either. I do have warm, fuzzy feelings about my lovely school friends, the ones I'm still in touch with. Yeah. But I'm not nostalgic for that, like, time. And to be honest, I see your school uniform shuddering, and I raise you seeing old classmates on dating apps.
Dun dun dun! Oh my god, I've never experienced that. I've never I'm a bit old school, so I've never like tried dating apps. But I think that is part of the reason why I refuse to use them. Yeah, because I'm so scared of like seeing a blast from the past. So but what do you do when you see someone from school?
It's pretty horrifying. I mean, for me, it's an automatic swipe left. So
swipe left, in case anyone doesn't know, swipe left is like a no.
Yeah. I don't want to open that can of worms. Absolutely not. And the worst thing is that I know if I've seen them, they've probably seen me, which is so embarrassing.
My god. But you wouldn't like swipe right as kind of like a joke, because some of my friends, they've said they've done that. Like even when we've met in person, like, oh, I saw you on Tinder, and like they swipe right on them as kind of a joke. But then I'd be worried maybe like they might,
misunderstand
it. Yeah. So so for you it's just like a firm left.
I would be very worried about giving mixed signals if I did that, definitely. And to be honest, I don't want to reconnect with these people. Like, we weren't friends in school, so why would I talk to them like afterwards? The people that I was friends with, I'm still in touch with.
Are you still like do you still have like a lot of friends from secondary school?
Not a ton.
Like still in contact?
Like I said, with people kind of splintering and people going off into different cities and stuff, you do lose touch with people, and you kind of keep the friendships that were the strongest. Yeah. Some people you just lose touch with, and sometimes you just let that go because maybe one of you's not putting in as much effort as the other person, and you think, well, maybe we'll reconnect later in life, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I guess also one thing as well, it's like your friends, not necessarily because you're like you get on really well and you like vibe really well, like sometimes it's just because you see the same people every day, like 9 to 3 p.m. So
your friends out of convenience, not out of like...
exactly. So like nothing against them, but yes, I think people change like growing up. So I hope I'm not the same person I was when I was in secondary school. So
I'm sure you're not, Hedy.
But I still wake up sometimes like in a cold sweat thinking I'm like I've had a dream where I'm like sat in my A-level history exam hall And
yeah,
no. Then I wake up, I'm like, wait, no, it's fine. I'm in my 20s. I've graduated university. I don't need to do my A-levels.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, like, thinking back about that time and how, like, different we are now and how much has changed.
And yet we've come back to the same place.
Yeah.
So, full circle.
At least I'm in the same part of the world. You are actually in the same place.
Yeah, and literally the same. I'm trapped here forever. But...
So, yes, what are you... So you're going to the other side of London for this weekend for the cheerleading. So you'll be in a different place. And maybe you'll look around and you'll think, maybe it's time for a change. I could come out.
I love like Charlotte. It's like, well, you've like lived in different parts of the country. You've lived abroad, but then for me, it's like me going to the other side of London is like a big adventure for me. Like, so very, very different life experiences. But yeah, so have fun with your friend Charlotte.
Thank you, and good luck.
You have a lovely weekend.
Good luck in the competition. I hope you smash it.
Yes, I hope I don't smash any bones though. So.
All right.
See you next time, Charlotte.
Yeah, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.